since it's the World Cup, I thought, what better time to talk about football, anime / mangas. So yeah, that's why I'm going to talk about Ao Ashi and why I think Ao Ashi is the best sports manga of all time. I think Ao Ashi does football better than Blue Lock does. Now, Ao Ashi is the story of a boy who wants to become a professional footballer. We follow Ashito. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting story, right? It's never been done before, right? In the sports manga medium. But no, it's a bit different here. From what at least I've seen, it's more of a deconstruction of youth football, and it's more focused on the journey of becoming a professional footballer. There is no final tournament. There is no football king or football kage, or it's just the journey. That's it. So I'm going to give you the reasons why I think Ao Ashi is the best sports manga of all time. Reason number one. I think the representation of football in Ao Ashi, compared to something like Blue Lock, it's much better done. For example, Blue Lock relies on individualism, egoism, which are unrealistic concepts if you've ever played football yourself. Whereas Ao Ashi really highlights the concept of teamwork and growing within the team and sacrifice for the team. I think if you really like football, you're really going to like this anime or this manga because it touches on the important aspects of football, and realistically it touches on the aspects of football that will improve you. The concepts it goes into, you can tell that the author knows what he's talking about. I think I know a decent amount about football, and reading Ao Ashi definitely helped me learn more about the game as well. I think the representation of football is really well done in this anime. The author uses real concepts and things that you would probably know if you watch the game, but even if you don't watch it, I highly recommend it. If you're planning to get into football, or if you're kind of interested. I mean, look, the World Cup's going on right now, so what better time? Yeah, the art is decent in the manga at times. It's not always going to be amazing, but when it does slap, it really does slap, so yeah. I think Ao Ashi encapsulates what football is really supposed to be about, and yeah, I think it does it better than Blue Lock. Reason number two, I think Ashito and his growth is some of the best character development you will find in manga. I don't think you'll find much better. His growth right now, where we are in the current chapter, compared to where he started, is insane. Right now, I think there's about 300 chapters, and the growth from what he was in chapter 1 to what he is now it's like a different person. So, but it's growth that is very believable. The concept of a thinking reed is such an interesting concept. I think it's probably one of my favorite concepts I've heard in manga. Ao Ashi is like watching a real life person grow in front of your eyes. That's what really draws me into this manga. It's because of how authentic the growth is. Reason number three is that there's a great cast of characters in this series. Each character is growing, and that's what I feel is different to a lot of other sports mangas, is that each character is going through authentic growth. I think the interactions and the chemistry between all the characters is great. Each character is very complex. That's what really makes Ao Ashi such a great story. Speaking of stories, reason number four is that the story is amazing. The progression from where we were at the beginning to where we are now in the manga is amazing. I think all the romance related stuff in the story is well done, and I think it's not over the top. That aspect of the story is pretty good as well. The scale of it is a lot more believable. Also, the story has a bit of comedy. I think it's probably some of the funniest sports mangas I've ever read. Ao Ashi is not shown, but the progression is amazing from where we started at and where we are now. It's very believable, it's very natural. The cliffhangers and how everything is going is really great. It's something that I look forward to every week. I would say the anime is not too bad, but the animation can be kind of sloppy sometimes. It does feel a bit PowerPointy, so yeah, I would recommend the manga. Reason number five is that it's very motivational. So the reason I actually started watching Ao Ashi and reading it is because I had a football tournament and I wanted some extra motivation. I'm a fan of football, I'm a fan of anime, so why not watch Ao Ashi? And that's what I decided to do. And yeah, it really motivated me. The manga also deals with the concept of setbacks and obstacles really well, and it definitely inspires you to keep going and pushing hard. I think a fundamental difference between this and like Blue Lock is Blue Lock motivates me to watch more football, whereas Ao Ashi really motivates me to play the game. And I think that's why Ao Ashi is better than Blue Lock. And yeah, those are my reasons. I hope that they convinced you. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, and when you do finally enjoy it, you can thank me for that. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, I'm out.